Here are the crypto top headlines covered in this video. Wealth management firms to boost Bitcoin ETF holdings, says Bitwise CEO. Next, SEC lawyers resign after gross abuse of power in crypto case. Also, Mt. Gox Trustee updates Bitcoin and Fiat repayment timetable. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles, and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We have a quick request that doesn't cost you anything in order to help. Help us grow this channel to 1,000 subscribers by September, which would be our channel's 1-year anniversary. All we ask is that you click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. By clicking on these, it does help grow the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline, wealth management firms to boost Bitcoin ETF holdings, says Bitwise CEO. The forecast mirrors the growing demand for ETFs as evidenced by recent positive inflows in the U.S. Bitcoin ETF market. Bitwise CEO Hunter Horsley has predicted that wealth management firms will increase their holdings of Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. The prediction comes at a time when Bitcoin ETFs are expected to gain even more traction after the halving. Horsley's prediction aligns with the broader market belief that there is increasing demand for ETFs, given that Bitcoin investments in the United States ETF market recorded a net positive inflow right before the Bitcoin halving day, following 5 consecutive days of drain. BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, or IBIT, is closing the gap with Grayscale's standing just $2 billion shy. This positions BlackRock to potentially surpass Grayscale as the world's largest Bitcoin fund. Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust, or GBTC, experienced a 68-day period of value decline, shedding nearly $16 billion and reducing its assets to $19.4 billion. In contrast, IBIT saw continuous asset growth, reaching approximately $17.3 billion in total assets. However, notable capital outflows have been observed from Grayscale's spot Bitcoin ETF. Over the last 5 days alone, investors withdrew $89.9 million, contributing to a net outflow of $1.6 billion since January. Despite its early lead, Grayscale's supremacy in the Bitcoin ETF market seems to be diminishing. Fidelity and BlackRock quickly gained substantial market shares from the onset of trading. For instance, Fidelity and BlackRock Bitcoin ETFs experienced net inflows of $37.3 million and $18.7 million, respectively, in the same week, providing relief to some of the market's liquidity issues. Bitwise's CEO describes the adoption of Bitcoin ETFs by registered investment advisors, or RIAs, and multifamily offices as stealthy but significant. He notes that major financial entities are discreetly conducting thorough assessments of the Bitcoin market. According to Farside data, GBTC saw outflows of $17.5 million on April 10th, a significant decrease from the $154.9 million outflows recorded on April 9th. The previous low was on February 26th, when GBTC outflowed $22.4 million. The daily GBTC outflow average since January is $257.8 million. GBTC launched in 2015 and converted to an ETF in January, alongside the launch of 9 other spot Bitcoin ETFs after Grayscale won a lawsuit against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, forcing it to review a GBTC conversion bid it previously denied. Bankrupt crypto lending firm Genesis recently offloaded approximately 36 million GBTC shares to acquire 32,041 BTC. Let me pause here for a moment. If you're getting value out of this video, please click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Our next top headline, SEC lawyers resign after gross abuse of power in crypto case, says report. Michael Welsh and Joseph Watkins, lead attorneys in the SEC lawsuit against crypto platform DebtBox, resigned after findings of gross abuse of power in the case. Two lawyers for the United States Securities and Exchange Commission have reportedly resigned after a district court sanctioned the agency for gross abuse of power and acting in bad faith in a crypto case. According to an April 22 Bloomberg report, Michael Welsh and Joseph Watkins, lead attorneys in the case against crypto platform DebtBox, resigned earlier this month. Sources familiar with the matter say the lawyers were warned they would be terminated if they stayed. The lawyers were both relatively new to the agency, as indicated by their LinkedIn profiles. Welsh served as a trial attorney at the SEC from December 2022, while Watkins acted as an attorney at the Division of Enforcement beginning in January 2023. The pair's resignation follows a court decision from Chief Judge Robert J. Shelby, the federal judge hearing the case in Salt Lake City, Utah. In March, Judge Shelby sanctioned the SEC for false statements and misrepresentations in its case against Digital Licensing, Inc., known as DebtBox. Judge Shelby said in the March 18th filing that the Commission's above-discussed conduct constitutes a gross abuse of the power entrusted to it by Congress and substantially undermined the integrity of these proceedings and the judicial process. In August 2023, the SEC obtained an emergency relief to halt the Utah-based company, temporarily freezing its assets and obtaining restraining orders against DebtBox's principals under claims of a $50 million crypto fraud scheme. Judge Shelby further stated that the evidence put forward lacked any basis, but was nonetheless presented in deliberately false and misleading ways. Welsh knew his statement from the TRO hearing was incorrect. Rather than correcting the misstatement, he and the Commission attempted to subtly shift the language to gloss over and perpetuate the misconduct. The crypto industry has been vocal in its criticisms of the SEC's approach under Chair Gary Gensler, particularly concerning the agency's regulation by enforcement strategy. Some critics argue that this approach has increased regulatory uncertainty in the industry, stifling innovation and undermining U.S. competitiveness in the digital asset space. High-profile investment actions against crypto platforms include lawsuits against crypto exchanges Coinbase and Binance, and the agency's forthcoming action over the decentralized finance platform Uniswap. Our next top headline, Mt. Gox Trustee updates Bitcoin and Fiat repayment timetable. Mt. Gox creditors can now see the amount of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash expected to be repaid this year on the Mt. Gox Rehabilitation Claims System. Users of the hacked cryptocurrency exchange Mt. Gox received another optimistic signal regarding compensation for hacked funds, with Mt. Gox Trustee updating some crucial repayment data. Multiple Mt. Gox creditors have reported that their Mt. Gox claims accounts were updated with information about Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Fiat repayment, with many suggesting that cryptocurrency repayments are coming soon. Some of the first such reports surfaced on the Mt. Gox Insolvency subreddit in mid-April, with users reporting the addition of amounts to be paid in the repayment data table on their accounts. According to a screenshot shared by one creditor, the Mt. Gox claims accounts now show a table with repayment status and other entries such as the amount of completed repayment and the amount of incomplete repayment. According to multiple posts on the Mt. Gox Insolvency Hub on Reddit, some creditors have already received fiat currency in their bank accounts. Money received as USD into an HSBC currency account and looks like zero fees. One Mt. Gox creditor wrote on April 22nd, adding that the repayment came more than a month after the first table update appeared on the claims account. Table had been updated March 15th first, then April 8th second, then April 18th when BTC lines arrived, the Redditor stated. The latest additions of Bitcoin on the accounts in the Mt. Gox Rehabilitation Claims System is a major move for Mt. Gox creditors, signaling disbursement of crypto or fiat will happen, one Mt. Gox creditor told Cointelegraph. In comparison, last December, Japanese claimants received notes on their page, and within 2 weeks, they saw fiat in their accounts via PayPal and private banks. The creditor said, adding, "Let's hope the crypto remittance echoes that of its fiat predecessor." Founded in 2010, the now defunct Mt. Gox was once the biggest Bitcoin exchange in the world, estimated to account for 70% of all BTC transactions before implosion. The platform lost 850,000 BTC to a security breach in 2014. Mt. Gox is expected to repay its creditors 142,000 Bitcoin and 143,000 in the forked cryptocurrency Bitcoin Cash, in addition to 69 billion Japanese yen, or $510 million, by October 2024. The latest table updates followed the completion of identity verification of Mt. Gox creditors and their crypto exchange accounts that would be used to repay Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash in January 2024. Some available platforms include Bitstamp, Kraken, Bitbank, BitGo, and SBI VC Trade. So this concludes Crypto Top Headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.